I just love God. I love Jesus. I love to talk about him. I love to spend time with him. And so being, starting to be a Christian at a young age, it was hard because everyone I was around, like my friends and all that, they don't really like believe in him, or they'll believe in him but won't have like a relationship with him. So it was hard when I needed someone to talk to about it. And then also I have a disability called Arthrogryposis. It's a disability where like I can't bend my arms or legs off the way, and I have a lot of stiffness in areas, and you can see that like when I walk. So that's been hard too, knowing that I'm different and seeing people stare at me. I've never really got bullied, but when I moved to Cleveland, like that's when it started. I was like, oh wow, because like I'm from Ashtabula. It's a small city, so everyone knew me. I knew them, but out here it's a whole bunch of people. And people are blunt and everything. So it was just crazy.
Yeah.
I've always been good at sticking up for myself and knowing who I am and who God caused me to be and who He says I am. But it still hurt.
Hey everybody, it's Octavia the Gem Coach, and we are back for Heart Sleep Podcast episode 4. I'm super excited. As always, I'm going to ask you, did you watch episodes 2 and 3? Because those were super good. Episode 2 was Redbirds, Bluebirds, and talked about the differences of culture and why that matters to Jesus. And episode 3 was about, what was episode 3? It was the birds, the bees, and Jesus. Okay, so we talked about celibacy, shame, and sex. So check them out. Both were really fire. And now we're here for this episode, and I'm super excited because I have a super special guest. Episode 1, I got to have my mom on Heart Sleeve, and that was really amazing. But today's guest is somebody who's even closer, if there could be anyone closer, is someone closer to my heart. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Miss Ajanae Yates. Ooh, hey girl.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes,
Are you nervous?
definitely.
Okay, but it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fine. Do you want to tell the people like who you are to me?
Yeah, so hi, my name. Oh, this is my mom.
I am her mom.
Yes, that's my mom.
And tell them who you are in general. If you want to share a little bit about
Yes,
yourself.
so my name is Ajanae. I'm 19 years old, and I love to help people out. I love to talk to people. I love deep conversations. I like anything that's to do with fashion. I'm a big girly girl. I like to go shopping. I'm actually going to state board next week for cosmetology to get my license. So yeah, that's the stuff I like to do.
Yes, she does. She loves all things fashion, beauty, all the smell goods.
Definitely.
All the smell goods. She's going to test for her cosmetology license. Are you excited about that?
I'm very excited, but very nervous. I have a lot of studying I need to do.
Yeah.
And I haven't even studied yet.
She has not.
I
been
need to study.
But we're going to study, and you're going to do fine because you always do just fine. Are you intending for that to be like your career, or like what are you planning to do with cosmetology?
I think I want that more like as a side hustle. I want to do social work. Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to help out kids, I believe, is what I want to do.
Nice. And
Yeah.
are you pursuing social work?
Yes, I'll be going to college in the fall this year, and I'm very excited for that.
Where'd you choose to go?
I'm going to Ashland University.
Nice. So that is Miss Ajanae. Ajanae is bomb.com. And I actually usually don't follow a guideline when I do these, but I had to follow one for you because A, I'm super excited you're here. And B, when you put in your inquiry for Heart Sleeve, like everything you put on there was just amazing. And I want to make sure that we don't miss it. So when I first let folks know that they could put inquiries in to be on the podcast, Ajanae was like, I'm going to be on there, Mom. I'm going to send my form in. And she didn't for a really long time. And then she finally did send it in. And when I tell you guys, like when I read this form, I was like in tears. Like it was so good. So really hoping you stick with us as we get into this conversation today. And so I'm going to ask you my first question. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk about what it means to be different. And you had several reasons as to why you wanted to talk about that. So I just want to open the floor for you to share with everybody like why being different is so close to your heart and why you feel passionately to share about that today on Heart Sleeve.
Okay, well, I've always been a person who I just love God. I love Jesus. I love to talk about him. I love to spend time with him. And so being, starting to be a Christian at a young age, it was hard because everyone I was around, like my friends and all that, they don't really like believe in him, or they'll believe in him but won't have like a relationship with him. So it was hard when I needed someone to talk to about it. And then also I have a disability called Arthrogryposis. It's a disability where like I can't bend my arms or legs off the way, and I have a lot of stiffness in areas, and you can see that like when I walk. So that's been hard too, knowing that I'm different and seeing people stare at me. I've never really got bullied, but when I moved to Cleveland, like that's when it started. I was like, oh wow, because like I'm from Ashtabula. It's a small city, so everyone knew me. I knew them, but out here it's a whole bunch of people. And people are blunt and everything. So it was just crazy.
Yeah.
I've always been good at sticking up for myself and knowing who I am and who God caused me to be and who He says I am. But it still hurt. Like that stuff still hurt.
Yeah.
It's hard to like keep the confidence up at times. So.
That's rough.
Yeah.
And I've shared with you many times that I really admire you. I really respect you. I really honor you because we all have our differences, but my differences are different from yours, right? And so the things that I have to face on a daily are not necessarily what you have to face. So I know what it's like to be young and love Jesus, because that's something that we have a similarity in. I know what it's like to be Black in America, right? That's something that we've both faced together. But you're on top of that, living with a disability, arthrogryposis, living trying to continue to be authentic and just let the haters be where they at, right? So how do you get through that? How do you get through when people are just boldly and blatantly bullying you?
Honestly, I just remember that not everyone is going to be your best friend. Not everyone's going to like you. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Like you tell me all the time, like that helps me, like coming to you, and you giving me that advice and lifting me up. And then also like reading the Bible and just remembering who God says I am. There was people who betrayed God and didn't love him, but he still loved
Judas.
anyways. So yes.
Judas
So
was
that
tripping.
helps me get through.
Yes. Who does God say you are in the Bible, girl? You better
That
go
I'm
ahead.
beautifully and wonderfully
Okay,
made.
queen. Period. Yes. And Ajanae, like, it's like there's no faking. It's for real, because I think we were talking the other day, we were sharing, we were talking just a little bit about the podcast and what to expect. And she goes into like, and I love Ecclesiastes. That's my favorite book because, and so I really love that you just really have a true love for God. Why you like Ecclesiastes again? Tell us about that.
Because it just like, it talks about how life is really meaningless. Like if you don't have God, life is meaningless. So then it gets me thinking like, who cares? Like they can talk like, it don't matter because at the end of this, I'm going to be okay at the end of the day. So I don't know. I just love that. Ecclesiastes. I love it.
She really loves Ecclesiastes. So can you think about one of the times that you were bullied up here in Cleveland that like impacted you the most?
Yes. So majority of it was just people laughing. And when I would say something, they would act like, it doesn't matter, whatever. Like I didn't say it. I wasn't laughing at you. So it was cool. But one time someone posted me, like I was just walking.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, someone posted me on social media and my sister seen it and sent it to me. And so that was really hurtful. I've never had anything like that ever happen to me. So it shocked me a lot. I did not expect to see that.
When you say they posted you, I actually forgot about that. I remember how I felt in that moment, but we'll talk about that in a second. So when they posted you, could you tell us a little bit more, like where'd they post you and what did they post?
Yeah, they posted me on Instagram. It was a video of me walking. I was just minding my business, walking to class, and they videotaped me. And I forgot what they said, but there was a caption, and it was rude. It was just plain out rude. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, I just felt like, that's crazy. I'm minding my business, and I just have people being ignorant.
Yeah. And they posted you on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I remember this, and I remember when her sisters came, they were like, Mom, somebody posted Ajanae on social media. And I remember her being like super mad, right? Like we profess to be Christians, we profess to follow Jesus, but when we get tested, what do we do in those moments, right? So I was ready to turn up. Like, I'm like, all right, say less, because like I'll go find this person, we go find their parents, like we can go do whatever we got to do, we can handle business, you know what I'm saying? And so I sat for a second to calm myself down. I gave you some time to, you know, I didn't know what was happening for you in that moment, but you were in your room, I was downstairs in the living room. And after about like 30, 40 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm about to go talk to her. And after 30, 40 minutes, I was still hyped. So I'm like, hey, whatever she say, we about to do it, right? So I come up the steps, I enter your room, and I'm ready, right? What were you doing?
I was reading the Bible.
Reading the Bible, like, checked me quick. So I walk in and you're reading the Bible, and like, tell me what you told me. Like, what did you want to do, and how the Bible was helping you in that moment?
Well, I was really hurt. I cried a little bit. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to let that get to me. So I read the Bible to get, you know, some encouragement. And then after that, like, because we've already talked about previously before, like, we should go to the principal about this, like, you know, have an assembly or something, because this is wrong. And it's not only happening to me, but it's happening to a whole bunch of people as well. And I'm seeing it happen.
Right.
So, like, we decided that day that we're going to talk to the principal and have an assembly about it and talk to the school.
And what did we do?
We sure did it.
Period. And so we had this assembly. We talked to the school. What were some of the things that you shared during that assembly?
I shared the bullying, that what was happening to me, how it was making me feel. I shared that being different is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. And I gave some advice to anyone who is getting bullied.
What was some of that advice you gave?
To not let it dictate how you move in life. Still be authentic, still be you, still be loving. Because at the end of the day, no one can like really mess up your life except for you. So don't let what other people say like get to you for real. And then also someone actually in the crowd, they mentioned like, what about forgiveness? I was like, I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, forgive them, because you can never truly move on until you forgive that person. And it can be for them, but it's really for you, because it can really like put a poison inside you. Like, you can be minding your business, then you see the person did you wrong and you're just mad. Like, you don't want that. You want to be able to move in life, like really just flow.
And did you feel that that's good? That was really good. And did you feel that the school supported you? Like, did you feel things changed after that?
It actually did change. Like, it did change. Like, the bullying stopped a little bit. There was people in the hallway like, oh, I seen you on the
assembly.
Yeah, in the assembly, like, you're a really good speaker and all that. I was like, oh, thank you. And people giving me compliments on all of that. It didn't stop 100%, but it definitely went down a lot more.
Wow.
So it was good. It definitely did work. And there was a lot of people I could go to, especially the teachers. I had no problem with any of the teachers.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Because in the beginning, you did have some problems with some staff.
Yes, I did. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
It's wild. People judge people, you know, by the way that they look. They don't tend to know anything about them. So in your process, you've had to educate adults. You've had to educate, you know, peers.
Yes.
But you were able to do that. So you did have the backing of the school. But previously you talked about, like, you also are a child of God. You're a woman. You a woman now, girl. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go say a girl and guy, because you was a woman now. And having friends that love God has been a challenge for you. So how do you find community?
Really, you guys. I talk to my family literally, and you guys really help me get me through. You're the main one that I talk to literally about everything. I tell you everything.
You do tell me. Yes, you do. Yes, I know all your business. But that's awesome. Do you feel like that's been enough for you, or has that been hard? Like, how do you feel about that?
I wouldn't necessarily. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's not enough, but it would be good to have people like, you know, around my age, and friends that I could go to. Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm hoping that when you go to Ashland, you'll be able to find that.
Because it is a Christian college.
Yes.
So.
One of the things she was the most hype about was Bible study. She's like, oh, they got Bible studies.
Yes.
So you are definitely not, you know, similar to your peers in a lot of ways. But I think that that's good. I think it's good to be comfortable with who you are. And the Bible tells us to be set apart in the first place. So I hope that you know it's okay to be set apart. And I mean, I believe that's why you're here, is to share that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look at my notes real quick because I want to make sure we talk about
Okay.
everything. Yeah. Okay. So you talked about forgiveness. Forgiveness. So sometimes you have shared with me about hidden struggles that you have. And people say, you got it, Ajanae, like, it's okay, you'll be fine. And you were saying that everyone says you got it, Ajanae, but sometimes I don't feel like I do.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that.
Like, I struggle a lot. I feel like I'm a perfectionist. Like, and I know, like, I'm not supposed to be perfect. Like, that's why God sent his son to die on the cross for us, because he knows we're going to make mistakes. So I don't know why I can't just get that through my head. I feel like, like, I make a mistake and I'm like, oh, I'm so horrible. I'm like the worst person ever. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just really, like, I don't know. It's not deep to others, but for me, like, it's really deep.
Yeah.
And, so that's something that I've always struggled with, and really just how I'm really hard on myself. It's really just me. Like, I need to learn how to forgive myself. I need to learn how to give myself grace, and just be okay with messing up. So that's something that I struggle a lot with.
What do you feel like the main thing is, though? You said, you know, when people are saying you got it, what are they saying you got? Just anything, or?
Like, that I would just be okay. Like, it's all right. You got it. Like, you'll be okay, Ajanae. Like, I don't know.
Just anything in general.
Yes, but
okay.
for me, I don't feel like I got it sometimes. Like, I'm really struggling sometimes and people don't see it.
Yeah. So just a little insider for you as a 38-year-old woman. We all go through that. Like, we all have those moments where we feel like we don't got it. We feel like we've messed up, and others are like, you do got it. You know, especially, I mean, you live with me, you see me in the community, you see people tell me like, oh, you got it. You're so good at this. You're so good at that, or whatever. But you also see my struggles. Right. And so I think any adult, whether they're in Christ or not, will tell you, like, we all have those moments. What helps you come out of them?
Honestly, I just want better for myself. So I have to push. And so that's what really gets me. And really, I don't know. Whenever I find myself, like, just spending time with God, like, there's just that peace. Like, I'll never leave you. Like, I'm here. Like, I got you. Yes. That's what really gets me through. I'm like, okay, like,
Hebrews
I'm
13:5. I love Hebrews 13:5 because he was like, I will never leave you nor forsake you. But yes, so that peace that surpasses all understanding. Hallelujah. Okay. You be in your word. Yes. Okay, cool. Let me see what else I want to say. So when you look back on everything that's been happening for you, even in the midst of the bullying and the hard times, you've also graduated high school. You're headed to college. Let's talk about a God moment you had in the process of graduating high school. So you shared with me, like, in the midst of your struggles and the things that are hard and living with arthrogryposis, you still found that God shows up. Right. So can we talk, and we don't got to go in details because we ain't even got to go there, but can we talk about one of the blatant moments where living with arthrogryposis really impacted your ability to get an internship for cosmetology?
Yeah. So in cosmetology, you need a certain amount of hours. So I forgot how many, I don't know. But you need a certain amount of hours in like in an internship to finish cosmetology. And so I had to find an internship, and I'm new here. I just moved here. I don't know anywhere. So my teacher was helping me find some internships. So I did find one person, and she was interesting. Like, she was something. I don't even know, but she judged me a lot. Like, you could tell, like, I didn't tell her I had a disability. Honestly, I never told anyone I had a disability. I didn't know I had to do that. Like, I don't know. Like, when in Ashtabula, like, everyone already knew, so I wasn't, you know. But when I walked in there, you could just see, like, on her face and everything. Like, I don't know. It was crazy. And so I already knew that just wasn't going to work. And so it was really hard to find an internship. And I was really struggling. And I was like, I do not know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then later on, my teacher found someone else, and she was great. Like, I was like, whoa, like, this is crazy. Like, she was very patient with me. She helped me like remember why I like doing what I do, because before I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, this is insane. And I had to find that I have to do certain things like a different way because I do have, a disability. And so her being patient with me and helping me and believing in me, like that got me to a good.
Yes. Yeah. And can we shout her out because she was awesome? She's dope. What's her name?
Yes, her name is Leslie Slaughter.
And she got what's her company name? Do you know? Do you remember?
It's called InsideAndOutSpa.co. If you search it up, you'll see it.
Yeah, it's in the Cleveland area, and if you want to go there,
she's
really
really
nice.
good, really talented.
So I just want to piece that out a little bit because the process with the internship was wild, and you're here to talk about being different. And I think that there is a huge message and lesson in what you experience. So is it okay to share a little bit more? So in that situation, you got this internship, and as soon as you walked in, she immediately looks at you, and the first one, not Leslie, but the first one looks at you and just determines that you can't do any of the things she wants you to do. So she basically didn't have you doing anything. She had you just kind of sitting there, right? And then eventually you asked if you could like sweep the floor or something. And I don't know, did you fold towels or something like that?
Yeah, she had me fold towels.
And she just basically made up in her mind that you were not cut out to do the work, that you couldn't wash hair, that you couldn't do anything. And then she didn't even meet with you after after that day was over. She kind of just like rushed you out and said she would call you later or whatever. And so I had to call her, and she was a bit interesting with me too, right? And we had to get that together, and we did it in a very respectful Christian manner too. I'm proud of myself because I did not drive up there, but it was very clear that you were being discriminated against because you had a disability, which is wild, right? And so fast forward after many more calls and internships that just got missed because of people's scheduling and all of that, you finally find Leslie by way of your teacher. What lesson do you feel is in there? You said the first one was just not supportive, was very judgmental, was just awful, to be honest. And then you get to Leslie, who is understanding, who's patient, who calls out the strengths in you, who speaks to the things that you do well. Like, what would you say was the lesson by the time you finally reached Leslie? Do you see a lesson?
I'd probably say like that good things take time. Yeah, good things take time, and God knows what he's doing. Like, don't belittle your faith. Like God said, have strong faith. Like, just believe in me. And so that's the lesson I got from it.
And if you're willing to wait and be patient, good things will come. Yeah. And what God has for you is better than what you had before. Because we can have church if you want to. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that we want to make sure we hit on. Is there anything else that you want to say or a final thought that you have for folks today?
Honestly, just be okay with being different. Be okay with being you. Some people might find it weird. Some people might not. But by being authentic, you find other authentic people who will just, I don't know, it'll just be better for you. Like, I don't know. Like, you do not need to try to put on a mask. Like, that will only, I'm mixing up my words. That only mess things up for you in the future. Like, you want people who are genuine and who will be there for you. And you'll find that by being authentic in who God has called you to be.
That is so good. Be patient. Be true to yourself. Trust in God. Trust in his timing. And he's got you. And I think that that's perfect for Heart Sleeve. Heart Sleeve, again, is a podcast that seeks to talk about uncomfortable things, seeks to journey alongside folks that are experiencing things that we might not be experiencing ourselves. And there are many, many, many of us that do not live with a disability, whether seen or unseen. But there are so many folks that live with a physical disability or a disability that we can't see. And we really need to learn to show people empathy, to show understanding, and to not judge people before we get to know them. I've been guilty myself of, maybe chuckling or thinking something when I've seen someone or engaged with someone that's a little bit different from me. And God, through my daughter, has taught me, stop. Stop doing that. Be patient. Be real. Treat people as people, and see what he'll do in those interactions. So I'm super grateful for you. I'm super honored. You teach me things every day. I'm trying not to cry because I'm so proud of you. I can't believe that I'm trying to cry right now. I'm super excited for you and your future. I'm trying not to cry, Ajanae. I'm super excited about you going off to college, even though I'm like, I don't want my baby to go. But I know God's got you. And I know that no matter what you face there, he's going to continue to get you through it, just like he's gotten you through it here. And you always have me. You can always reach back out. But thank you for coming on Heart Sleeve and sharing with people why it's important to treat people like people, why it's important to understand that sometimes people are different from you and sometimes you're different from others. And that's okay. To be true to yourself, trust God, and know that he's got you. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that was all.
Okay. What's on the side of your chair over there? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know you see it when you sat down.
No, I didn't know there was.
What you got going in there?
Oh, thank you. So a bunch of gifts.
Yes.
Thank you for the clips.
I wanted to give you a little something to say thank you for coming on Heart Sleeve and just sharing your heart and being open about the things that you experience. You didn't have to do that. And I know you were super nervous. How you feeling now that we're done?
I feel good now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got everything out you wanted to say?
At the moment, yeah, I probably like later on would think like, oh, I should have said this. But for right now, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you did great.
Thank you.
So thank you, everybody. That is it. That wraps up episode 4. I'm just going to get a little, hand clap for Miss Ajanae because she did her big one. And then I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.